when it comes down to it, and again, I say this fully knowing I've got Michael Vick coming on in hour 3. Have you ever seen anything like Lamar Jackson?
So I have to tell you this story before I dive into that. We had heard when I was in Jacksonville about this kid in Orlando and what he was kind of doing. So we drove down to see him play.
What do you mean?
In high school, when he was in high school. You just hear all the stories about all the kids.
When you're at when
I was with the Jags.
Jaguars.
Yeah, so Derrick Henry was right up the street at Yulee. We drove down to see Lamar play. And it wasn't sat to the side and he was spectacular then. Watch him at Louisville, he's spectacular there. So, when I was always hearing all this stuff like, hey, this guy should play receiver, that's all he's ever played was quarterback his whole life. He's never played anything else. You just have to commit to his skill set. And what Baltimore did this offseason, where they went to Louisville, they talked to all their coaches, they figured out what he did well, what he didn't do well, and they've really created a offensive scheme around that. I wasn't surprised they went to the playoffs last year when he finally got in. What I am surprised is that his ability to throw the ball when he scrambles. So we always see Russell Wilson scramble and he'll always looking downfield. That's what Lamar does now. Before he would just take off normally. So they've changed his game a little bit, but I've never seen anything to the fact where they dance after every incompletion, every good play. They're having a great time. They're smiling. He just has this energy about him that it's weird. I've never seen Marlon Humphrey batted a ball down maybe in the fourth quarter. This goes to why he's so good. And Lamar Jackson's the first one up there cheering Humphrey on, talking trash to him, I can't believe they tried you. And then here comes Mark Ingram, and here goes and then everyone just starts feeding off that. And then they, so his energy is infectious, and the way he plays, they all play for him. He's helping linemen up off the ground. I mean, he's throwing blocks when he needs to. He just loves the game of football, and it's great to see an organization really. I'm trying to think of the word. Really, just commit to what he is and say we're not going to change you to be this pocket passer like we've seen the Carolina Panthers do to Cam Newton. No, we're going to this is who you are, and we're going to continue to build around you.
I mean, John Harbaugh this year, the Ravens caught him sitting down with Lamar. I think it was in Cincinnati after his spinorama, and he went for 6. And he basically said, you're going to have the kids are going to be wearing number 8. You're that special. And from that I picked up a little bit of what you just said. They've embraced.
Right.
They've committed. They went in. He was on the hot seat last year, John, and he had the ability and the foresight and the intelligence and the gumption to basically say, I've got my quarterback that I won a Super Bowl with.
Right.
Ozzie Newsome left this under the tree before he left.
Right.
Under the football Christmas tree, and I'm going to open that present right now, and we're going to mid-season switch things up. So that embrace, what I heard him basically say that to him, was just verbally adding on to the embrace. But on top of it, that he doesn't have an ego that the coach would be concerned about feeding by saying to him, you know what, you're special. I thought that just told so much as to why he is, in a way, somebody and some being essence that we just haven't seen.
Well, last night before the game, the Rams had Watts Rams there, one of their youth organizations that the football football organization that they work with. And Lamar goes up and high fives every kid down the line. Now, mind you, this is when you're warming up, and some people take that warm up I always try to get into the zone then, so I try to clear everything out. I mean, they were just as loose as can be. He has. This is just all off the field stuff. You see him in videos with his teammates. They're all always smiling. Everyone's having a good time. When you talk to their coaches, all they say is he's humble. He's humble about it. It's not like he's look at me, look at me. He's always trying to put the attention on someone else. And so again, this is a team that is young and scary because, I never understood the ad as they're too young to know what they're doing. But I see it now, right? They're just out there having a great time. They're just playing football like it's in the backyard. And what they do travels well. So it's going to be exciting to see kind of, this next matchup against the Niners, how that goes. And then down the road.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.